Welcome back to another episode of the Headless Horsemen Podcast, where we get a little headless, a little reckless, but we bring it in at the end of the day. I'm one of your co-hosts today, Optimus Coctivus, joined today with...
And I'm your daddy, boy. No, I'm just joking. It's your boy Seymour Butts, man.
Yeah, and welcome to the stables. Welcome in, get cozy, do what you gotta do, kick back, relax. If you're driving, pull over that car before you swerve and crash from this absolute heat we about to drop today. But I hope you guys are doing well. January went by fast, so I hope your guys' goals are going by just as fast. Welcome in February. Hope everything's going well. Hope your families are doing well. And also, we just want to give you guys an update. We did get 100 plus plays on Spotify, so we're up to like 103, 105 right now. So thank you guys for all the love and support. We have 6 podcast followers, or Spotify followers right now. Let's go ahead and try to get that boomed up to 10 before the end of March. As well as we're still stuck at 14 subscribers on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get that up to 15 so we can go ahead and celebrate that. So, but thank you guys once again for all the support, all the love. We really do appreciate it. We're going to just keep continuing to grow an audience that's authentic, that's centered around the stuff that we want to put out. So you guys feel that you guys are still welcomed in this space.
None of that cringeworthy shit around here, man.
Yeah. So thank you guys. We don't mind growing low and slow, but you know, giving out the word and sharing our podcast would mean a lot to us.
Getting out the word.
Yeah, getting out the word, you know, so you can help us. We've always said the gospel. So we can grow more and get more people like you in this space. So if you guys like what you're hearing, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe on YouTube, as well as on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you guys engage and share our stuff. So we'll go ahead and get into today's episode. But how you been, Mr. Butts?
Dude, I've been feeling magnificent, especially because them cheese, dog.
Oh yeah. Oh, go ahead. Tell us.
Yeah,
Tell us about the Chiefs, big dog, and what they got planned.
We dealt with all you Baltimore dummies, stupid, a chugging and a noogin. You know what I'm saying? All you jits and dummies, stupid. Ain't that what you guys be saying? What up, dummy? You guys looking real fucking stupid out that stadium after you guys lost to the Chiefs, huh?
Yeah, with your governor taking shotguns with you. Crazy. I've been like, Governor, get your ass in there and make some regulations.
I'll be like, Governor, with all due respect, shit's been real fucked up since Elijah Cummings has died.
Yeah. Yeah, you gonna do something about be more stupid?
But yeah, man. And then they were sitting there saying, oh, no, the Ravens defense is the most legit defense y'all have played. It's like, okay, we gonna see.
Right.
We still won. And I think Pacheco he was doing his thing running the ball.
Yeah. I think some of it too was Baltimore did not seem to want to be a run, like they ran away from their identity.
Yep.
No, pun intended. They should have been running the ball more. I was very disappointed in how Baltimore wanted to approach that. It's like, stop forcing Lamar to make throws when obviously you have a run game that's untapped potential.
Yep.
You got all your you got like your 2-3 tight end rotation. It's like run edge to edge. You know, get out there, let your centers and guards pull and rip. They've been waiting for this moment their whole life. And then you want to cuck them by the ball.
Yeah, bro.
And say, no, we're going to drop back, kick back. It's like, nah, dude, you got to let them get downhill and run a little bit. You know what I mean? So you can open up those passing lanes. Because a lot of those passing lanes, the throws that Lamar Jackson wanted to make, they weren't there because of offensive play calling. No ability to set up. You're talking about you're struggling in the red zone and you want to just keep passing the ball. Run the ball. Make them actually use different dime and nickel sets when they actually have to come into goal line situations. So they actually have to respect the fact that if they go too heavy, they have to deal with something else. And I get it. You know, as Baltimore, you wanted to prove a point that Lamar can throw. Lamar is quarterbacky enough. Who gives a damn about those people and their stupid opinions, dog? I'm serious. Well, let's be honest here. First of all, right? It doesn't matter if Lamar is not quarterbacky enough. At the end of the day, a win is a win. I think if you were to ask Lamar Jackson, would you rather prove the fact that you won a Super Bowl versus being quarterbacky enough? He would take the Super Bowl. And as offensive coordinator and all the team around it, I get it. You got a franchise quarterback and you want to stick with him, but stick with your identity. He is just one piece in the puzzle. Yes, a major piece as the quarterback, but he's still just one piece in the puzzle. You got to get downhill with your offensive line and let them do what they need to do so you can open up the passing lanes. That way he can see what he's looking for. That's why Kansas City is so good as a team and gives Patrick Mahomes the throws he's looking for, because of the fact that they can run the ball. They run the ball well. They always they've always had good running backs that Patrick Mahomes, when in doubt, can run the ball to set something up, and Andy Reid says, okay.
You're in there.
Welcome back, guys. Sorry. Thought I had more space on the SD. But like I was saying, yeah, you run away from your identity as a run team. I'm not surprised that you lose the game like that. And, Lamar Jackson shouldn't have to, I guess, hold on to as much of that slander as the offensive coordinator has to. Because it's like, what are you guys doing? What are you cooking up coming into this week to where you think you need to go ahead and abandon the run game? Most 1st and 10s, when I'm coming out on the other side of that 50, our own 50, I'm running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running the ball east, west, north, south. I'm doing all of it. I mean, I think even with the whole quarterbacky whole thing, I think that would have been the perfect time to run read options for Lamar Jackson, actually pull out some Nevada, some pistol sets to actually open up lanes, pull centers, pull tackles on some quick options so that you can actually get what you're looking for.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the Chiefs, because it's like you give them different looks and run it out of it, you're gonna give them fits. But if they're lined up, we got the defense now where we can blow that shit up,
Yeah, and the thing is like Chris Jones, I'm not surprised he did well in the pass rush, but it's like force these defensive line to actually have to get east and west.
Yep.
The only team that I've seen so far from watching film that does a great job of getting east and west as a defensive line is the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers do a great job with that front 6-7 that can run left to right. But if you ask me about the Chiefs, it's like they're still in that Warriors dynasty where they depend more on the offense to win games than their defense can actually to win them games. So, I mean, if I'm San Fran, hopefully, what's his face doesn't overdo it, but I'm running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running the ball. Like that has to be a big part of our identity.
Yep.
So,
and I know people sitting there, well, it's hard to run from behind, but they only lost by 7.
Exactly. So
it's not like it was that year when they were playing the Titans,
just got mopped.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest gripe was that I wanted Baltimore to be more in their identity to say, this is how we win games, beat it.
Yep.
I think this has also been a big problem with this new shift with the NFL, with all these guys coming up with all these schemes and everything, is that they lose identity when the opportunity matters the most. When the person you look for showed up,
yeah, bro, literally.
You know what I mean? Like we seen what you did when the person you look for showed up. You ran away, and it's like,
yeah, I feel like they really ran away from like wanting to show Lamar's strength in the limelight.
Exactly,
they wanted him to be in some different.
Yeah,
positions.
they put him on a pedestal, and it's like he's a big piece of the puzzle, but he's not the only piece.
Yeah.
And I think if you wanted to get those receivers the looks that they needed and everything, you should have did a better job of actually opening up the run game so that things can get done. Because where was the guard pulls? Where were the tackle pulls?
It didn't seem like they had a lot going on, man.
Where were the stunts? I mean, you got big fullbacks and stuff. If I'm doing fullback read options down the middle, triple options, pulling guards and tackles, pulling down, then putting a tight end out into the flat to maybe do a 10-yard out. So you have to respect the fact that Lamar can throw on a little read option, or maybe a read option down the middle, but he pulls up at the last second and throws something on the seam for the tight end on the side of the cover 2. So when you're seeing a cover 6 scheme, so it's just things like that I wish they would have liked to see. And like I said,
yeah, but the Chiefs don't run a cover 2 like that. We run cover 0. we run cover 0.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, for example, if you had a cover 6 set, the cover 2 on the backside, it's like you can just run something like that. So your elbow itching.
Yeah, that's what the Ravens did to us, though. When they would man up the backside, and Mahomes picked on it and ran. When he ran, scrambled back around there.
And that's the thing. Spagnuolo wants to blitz, so use that against it. It's like,
yeah, bro.
You can literally run into blitzes and make like 5-yard gains. You know what I mean? The slants, the stunts, you can do things.
Especially when it becomes predictable.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's like you have these big tight ends, with Boyle, Mark Andrews,
and who's that other dude?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But I'm looking for those mismatches with the safeties and running like fades in the slot.
The freaking
You know what I mean? Like that's just my mentality
Jesus
going in for
Christ,
sure.
The Pro Bowl today?
Yeah. What was the score?
64-59.
Yeah.
But they playing flag football?
Yeah.
What in the world?
Well, this year, would I like to see guys? Hold on. Would I like to see guys put on the pads and crack? Sure, but a lot of those guys when they went out there, they were smiling and having all types of fun with like all the games. Like no NFL players were really complaining about, oh, the Pro Bowl's bad this year or anything like that. Like all the games, they were having fun. They looked like they were just having fun.
Wow.
So, They did have some. I think they still have the dodgeball. I do like the dodgeball.
Yeah, the dodgeball, that one was good in the QB challenge.
My thing is they need to bring tug of war. I'm trying to see some tug of war.
Somebody tears an ACL.
Pull. Get in there. But yeah, that's kind of just my feeling on it. We'll go ahead and get into Super Bowl predictions. We know you're going for the Chiefs. I don't even really got a dog in this fight anymore.
You better not root for the 49ers, dog.
My parlay is looking a little bit suspicious right now.
Oh.
I've been scheming.
Oh, yeah? Is that so?
Scheming.
Scheming.
Nah, I'm playing. But I haven't put a parlay together. If I do, probably going to look for anytime touchdown with Christian McCaffrey, probably anytime with Samuel. I think Brock Purdy's going to be over 150. I would say Kittle's going to be over 80, 60 or 85.
You better hope we don't clamp his ass up.
And then Patrick Mahomes is going to be over 200 yards throwing. I'll give him 2 touchdown passes.
Torching today, bro. Mahomes is going to have a legendary game on Monday. We're going to see some shit from the Chiefs, man. So much offense. Shit going to be crazy.
Like coming in like you the Air Force. Just, oh, dude. So, I got to talk about some, since we're talking about our teams, the Packers have made some great offseason moves. Thank God. Oh, my goodness.
They fired Joe Barry.
Yeah, we got rid of Joe Barry. We got rid of our strength.
Did you guys get Fangio?
No, we got rid of our strength and conditioning coach with all these soft tissue problems. But we did pick up the guy from Boston College that's the head coach. And I believe he's going to be our defensive coordinator. Okay. And he got some intensity.
Really?
I'm liking what I'm seeing. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I think I got it. So, let's see. So, number one, we're keeping our Packers quarterback coach. Tom Clements is returning for the 2024 season. And we're also with former quarterback Sean Mannion being his assistant. Let's see what else. I know we have one more thing. Brandon Staley. Come on, where's this guy at?
Brandon Staley got fired, my boy. He can go back to being a defensive coordinator somewhere.
So we brought in, right. So this is kind of how it looked. So in the same day, we fired the defensive coordinator, fired our conditioning coach, and we brought in a kicker for competition. Then a couple days later, we brought in those guys for the quarterback coach position and everything like that. The only thing that I'm trying to remember is I can't remember who we brought in as our defensive coordinator. There's a guy, I may have saved it under the wrong freaking thing, but yeah, so we brought in a guy like that. I believe from Boston College, so we're definitely making moves in the right direction. I just hope we actually, do something with what we're bringing in, because I don't want to. What's it called? I don't want us to miss out on everything. But there's also been some other things around the league that developed too. But first and foremost, we are so sorry to those Detroit Lions fans that they had to see what they had to see.
Oh, the 24-point choke.
Oh man, I don't know if we covered that.
We didn't. I don't think we did. We didn't talk about it last podcast, I don't think.
Well, yeah, I think it happened last podcast.
I think all we did was talk about just the.
Yeah, we are so sorry that happened to you guys. Hold on, I'm going to turn on some light for us. See us. Go ahead and cover the Detroit.
So if you guys didn't know, the Lions, they played, last week?
Yeah.
And they choked. They were up like 24 or something, 24-3 or something like that. It was horrendous. The outcome of the game was horrendous. They ended up losing by what? I think they lost by 3, maybe one possession. Yep, it was 3 points. And Dan Campbell. What?
Gambled on those 4th downs.
Yeah, Dan Campbell, man, he was over there gambling on 4th down. Like, it's bad. It's bad when you lose a game by 3 points and you've got on multiple 4th downs where you were on the other side of the 50 and you just decided to be a hard-headed idiot against one of the league's best defenses. That's what should be pissing me off.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying. That's a good point. It was just hard to really believe that they lost the way they did.
Right.
Like, I was genuinely perplexed, because it's like, how do we lose the game like that? How do we lose a game where it's because we don't put out the right you just gamble too much. Like, the first one I could understand it if you're trying to look to make a statement. But those next ones after that, it's like, what are we doing?
Right.
Let's go ahead and just play it safe so we can go ahead and get ourselves in a good position so we can actually maybe win this game. Because it was very winnable. So
very winnable game, dude. Like, no team was better than the other. Actually, I think one coach was better than the other. And I'm not even huge on Kyle Shanahan.
Right.
But he stuck to what he knew. He stuck to his guts in football 101.
Exactly.
He was willing to take the small victories. So we got to give it to him. He was the better coach, especially during that game.
Yeah. So, got
to give it to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, so.
And that's the thing that pisses me off about Dan Campbell is that motherfucker's hard. He's hard-headed like a fucking mule, bro.
And that's the thing. I don't want that to be the reason he never gets another coaching job or never wins anything big, is because I gotta be this type of guy. Like, bro, no, just it's who's willing to adapt is gonna win the game.
Yeah, bro.
That doesn't mean you lose your identity of who your sense of self, but it's like it's like what the Baltimore Ravens did. It's like you're 5 yards out from the end zone, 1st and 5 or 1st and 10. You should be taking a rip to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing in a heavy set. Beat my jumbo set. Beat it, Buster. Mm-hmm. And guess what? 2nd and 5. Hurry up.
Run it again.
Yeah, basically, we will run all 3 downs like that because if you can't stop it, you know what I mean? Like,
how you toss the ball? How you hold the ball like that?
Like, yeah, you remember when Matt Stafford dove over that fake?
Oh yeah.
Like, that's what I'm thinking about. But yeah, so for the Packers,
quarterback,
it was Jeff Hafley. He was the head coach. At Boston College to become the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator. That's who it was. So he seems kind of intense. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'd have to watch some film on Jeff Hafley to see what's going on.
Jeff Hafley, huh?
But yeah, hopefully he can wholly give it pause, because we need a spur of defense in our most vulnerable moments. But yeah, so that's kind of just went on. But Tom Brady was gonna be hired on Fox News, I guess now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's heading to the booth next season. Next year, I'm going to be calling a Super Bowl for Fox, which is going to be incredible.
Tom Brady and what? Tony Romo and Jim Nantz or some shit?
Oh, that's going to be crazy.
I know. Imagine Tom Brady taking all the digs at Tony Romo in the Super Bowl. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and then what's it called? They said Greg Olson says he still wants to call top NFL games despite Tom Brady taking over his broadcasting spot on Fox. What? Dude, make room in the booth. Yeah, Put bro. 4 of them.
You got to put Greg Olson.
You got to keep Greggy fresh up in there. What's your name? What you do?
How you do it?
True.
Why you?
I've been acting up. So,
you need to be banned.
So, I don't know if there's any other NFL news we kind of want to cover. We'll probably get into parlays next week as the game gets closer. But did you have any other NFL things before we maybe transition to basketball?
No, sir. I did not.
Okay, perfect. So, we're going to start moving towards more on the podcast NBA because NBA season's starting to roll out.
And it's about to be All-Star break. And after that, we got to pay attention.
To playoffs.
Because that'll make or break the men from the boys.
Playoffs. So,
right,
man. So we'll start first. So apparently Joel Embiid only has 5 more games of PTO to remain eligible for MVP.
Or the 76ers said you got to start coming to work, man.
Yeah, and which is ridiculous that you have to do this. Like, what is it? Is it just injuries at this point or something like that?
Mm-hmm. It is. I think he's actually injured today.
Yep. Joel Embiid injury.
Not surprised.
Displaced flap and meniscus, mowing surgery. Jesus. Has lateral meniscus, lateral movement.
Lateral movement. But fucking, what you call it? Now, what you call it? Tyrese Maxey about to really be showing his potential.
He has no choice.
He's about to just be out there.
Yeah, so.
Tyrese Maxey about to be. Tyrese, we feel bad for you, bro. Especially because, like, fucking James Harden quit on you.
Yeah.
And you saw right through the bullshit. He saw right through it, bro.
Did he say something about it,
too?
Yeah,
bro. He didn't really fuck with James Harden when he was on the 76ers. You could tell, like,
he
just wasn't as committed and invested.
Yeah. Joel Embiid had missed the 2 previous games on the road trip with what the club called left knee swelling. Has been listed as questionable swelling in the knee at times since mid-December. Nurse said the club was unaware of any problems with the meniscus until Tuesday night's injury. While Embiid's out, Philadelphia will have to find a way to fill his 35.3 points per game, 11.3 rebounds. So, yeah, Tyrese Maxey is likely to become the center of Philadelphia's offensive attack until Embiid returns. So, honestly, at this point, dude, my problem is it's like, look, I think this is just what happens to bigs.
Yeah.
All these, but it's like knee swelling, but then meniscus tears. Remember, he tore like tendons in his hands a couple playoff series ago, and he still had to fix it. It's like, dude, this guy might not even like walk. It seems like after he's done with playing basketball, like the only big that's healthy, and I know it pisses everybody off. It's like Jokic. Jokic is the only one whose body seems
and he's
to be
not
just
even fully.
fine.
The NBA is his side hustle.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. Giannis and all of them are struggling.
Yeah, dude.
We'll go ahead and talk about that boy. Doc Rivers is back.
Yeah, dude.
And he's upstream with some more bullshit.
Bucks out here losing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about the Bucks Deluxe.
I think they're playing the Jazz tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably win that one maybe. But the Bucks have been they've been going through it.
Mm.
They did get a win over the Mavericks. That
Right.
ain't jack shit though. It's fucking Mavericks, dog.
Yeah.
They lost to the Trailblazers by 3. Then they lost to the Nuggets. But I remember, and I was talking to one of my friends who's a Bucks fan,
Right.
and he was just talking about like they would be giving up 100+ points, winning games and shootouts, damn near. Like it was just bad and unacceptable. But now he's even more concerned with Doc Rivers because he doesn't have the best track record of really
winning.
Of showing that he's capable of closing and finishing.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what. See, and here I get it. If you play for Doc Rivers and you know he helped you feed your family, you're gonna feel some type of way that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But news for you, buddy. That sliced bread is molded and needs to get tossed ASAP. Because I'm telling you, you look at the film, Doc Rivers looks lost trying to make adjustments in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, I get it if you're delegating, you have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, but there has to be a point to where it's like you take over as the captain of the ship and be like, look, we got to figure this out.
Right.
Because look at the Clippers. Like, I remember one guy was like, oh, I don't like that they talk about Doc Rivers. But then you had like, for every one of those guys, you had like 2 or 3 guys that played for Doc and were like, he can't make adjustments. Yeah. He just runs the same thing. And that's how it felt for those days during Lob City days. It's like,
especially
they were bringing
what was
in,
it that
oh
year?
my
That
God.
year James Harden brought him to Game 7 and closed out on him like that.
Yeah, that game should have never went to Game 7. The year before, I think they went deep, and it's just like they kept bringing people in, like acting like there wasn't enough star power, right?
Yeah.
So you got Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford, Chris Paul. Then you bring in Chauncey Billups, and then who's that guy with the pointy ears? What's his name?
For who? The Clippers?
Yeah, when they had the Clippers.
Matt Barnes?
No. They brought in Matt Barnes too, but there was another
the
guy.
Pointy ears? DeAndre Jordan, big ass like a Dumbo ear.
No. The guy had like he was bald, had pointier ears.
Steve Blake? No, that ain't Steve. Steve Blake played. He was a point guard. He was a backup point guard. He was
no,
white.
oh my bad. The guy I'm talking about is black. My bad.
Steve Blake was a backup point guard for the Lakers.
That dude,
Steve Blake, yeah. No disrespect, dog. You can shoot the ball, no problem.
yeah, my bad, dog. Don't come in here and beat us up, please. Did you ever see that footage?
He's white, nigga.
Did you see
They got
that?
me weak.
Did you see that footage?
Of what? Of what, man?
Of him fighting in practice. They were really
Got into
scrapping.
a fight?
They would be scrapping it out. They would really be scrapping it out in practices at like Oak Hill and just like they just did not care.
That's crazy.
Yeah, remember they had Glenn Davis at one point.
The big baby Davis.
Chris Paul, JJ Redick. I forgot JJ Redick.
Is that who you're talking about?
No,
The pointy ears? Who's the dude with the pointy ears you talking about?
He was black and he had that grin on his face. He looked like
that narrows it down.
He looked like the evil.
The NBA is black and be smiling.
He looked like the. Oh, they had Danny Granger at one point
bro.
too.
They had Danny Granger.
Nah, he was the guy that looked like a evil Dave Chappelle. God.
Evil Dave Chappelle? That's crazy. You're roasting the shit out this guy. Do you know what year he was on this team?
I'm trying to look. I'm going through all the rosters right now. Let's see, Matt Barnes, Chauncey Billups, Caron Butler.
What did Caron Butler look like?
You want a picture?
I don't think I remember Caron Butler. For some reason, David West is popping up in my head with a fucking with a fucking tattoo on his head. That's what I think of Caron Butler. Why the fuck is Caron? Wait,
You're gonna be weak when you see this. You ready for it?
Is he like dark skinned, dude?
He's like medium skinned. Medium skinned is great.
Caron Butler. What did he look? Oh!
Get out the mic, damn my ears.
That nigga look like Southside.
Did
Southside played basketball.
Did I tell you he looked like Evil Dave? If I show you the guy that looks like Evil Dave Chappelle, the guy that the actor, he gonna look like him, just a lighter.
Nigga look like light skinned Tracy Morgan, bro. Oh my God.
But yeah, no. So that whole squad, it was like, how do you not win? 2012 to like 2014. How do you not win? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's insane, man.
Yeah, you ready for it? This is the Evil Dave Chappelle, though.
That's crazy.
You remember this guy?
What was that? What movie was he from? I seen it. What movie was he from? This man.
There's been a couple that I was like,
yeah, like
Dave?
he played
Evil Dave Chappelle.
Dude, what do I've seen him in a movie. Was it like a
Mike
black movie?
Milligan. Mike Milligan. Oh. He also sounds like
he always be playing like an evil villain.
Yeah, that's why I was like Evil Dave Chappelle. But we'll get off his head. But yeah, back on to Doc Rivers. That was for what the Bucks needed in terms of closing in fourth quarters. That would not have been my first pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't have hired Doc Rivers. Fuck that.
I would have tried to get somebody else, like anybody else, but that.
I would have hired Bill Belichick, nigga.
Yeah, for real. I'd just learn. Bill, it's 5-on-5. Bill, come on, dog.
Yeah, bro, it's half. It's half of what you're used to.
Yeah, exactly. Shorter courts, faster periods. Come on, Bill. But yeah, no, that was probably the worst hire they could have actually tried to hire, because when you're going in those 4-minute situations and you got a healthy Damian Lillard, Giannis, and what's his name, Chris Middleton, what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
And you got Brooke Lope. You got
nigga be calling Chris Middleton ugly as fuck.
So I just can't understand how that was a viable option. And it feels like they're really gonna just waste Dame's last few years in I'm not gonna surprise if they don't win a championship. Because it's just not what it seems.
Yeah.
You already getting blown out your first game back. It's like, dude, just run the ball and just tell them to run picks and pivots
Do something.
to get mismatches. Because I'm telling you, when you fail to be able to just go to the 1-2 action of Giannis and Damian late in the fourth quarter, I know it's over for you, buddy. Or you should have been fired a long time ago. So that's just our opinion on the matter. Maybe you guys think something different, but it don't look good. It don't look good.
Looking good in Milwaukee.
Oh, it ain't.
It's looking schlocky in Milwaukee. No Milwaukee slush. The Waukesha ain't got it all together.
Yep. So that's just been our opinions about it. Did you have any other basketball takes you wanted to talk about? I think I got
the Clippers are now turning it around, and people have to eat their dirt.
Where they're finally falling off?
No, the Clippers. When they first traded for Harden.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They were on a bad losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they turn it around. I think they got the best record in the West right now or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we owe them boys an apology. And as we speak, they're up against the Heat, beating them. Yeah, Clippers is 32-15.
32-15. Wow. What are they, third in the West right now?
I'm about to see right now.
I'm about to.
They are third in there. They're third in the Western Conference. Lakers, man. Where the fuck is the fucking Lakers at? 26-25.
They've closed
out. The Warriors, yes. The fall off 21-25. Fuck you niggas. Fuck you niggas. Fuck all you Warriors fans. You pussy ass niggas. You chuckers. Chuckers gonna chuck. And guess what? The Warriors now suck. That's all I can tell you, buddy. 21-25. Is that how you envision falling off?
It's a hard, slow fall off.
I know. You guys lost to the Hawks. They're literally talking about trading. The Hawks are talking about trading their freaking backcourt.
Their best player in their backcourt, which is crazy.
What are we doing here?
Right.
You boys is bums. I ain't never, man. And let me tell you something else, Warriors fans.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sit there and talk shit about LeBron James, saying Curry was better than him, and LeBron James got a better resume long term. Look at what he's doing at his age compared to Steph Curry. See, when LeBron was carrying niggas to the finals against Curry, y'all didn't say that was shit. But now Steph Curry having to carry niggas, and now y'all want to see it. Can't say nothing else.
We got to get help. First time.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, literally, you guys thought having Draymond Green was a good idea.
Hey, he helped them get a couple wins, but my thing is like I can't believe they're going to keep him after all that.
Yeah, after that shit with Jordan Poole, please.
Yeah, Jordan Poole and then all his chokeouts this season.
Yeah, unacceptable.
Like, I don't understand how the NBA commissioner says you're not yet done yet, buddy, till I say you're done. It's like, dude, let him go.
Let him go.
And then Draymond sitting there, yes, sir. And guess what? He back in that 23 jersey, like he retired or something. It's like, bro, he was on a hiatus. Go ahead and let him go.
Yeah,
move on. And that's the thing. I'm glad. You know what? I want the Kings to probably be second best in the West.
Right.
You know, if the Kings, perfect West Conference matchup, I like the Kings and the Kings and the Nuggets. They're still young. Kings are getting ready to be a step into their prime, and the Nuggets got stuff. Now, I'd also like to see the Clippers because I'm just saying, it's crazy how nobody truly fears the Clippers, even though they got what you want out of two-way players.
Yeah.
You got a great front court. You know, you got a decent front court.
Nobody's scared of the Clippers just because I think the injury aspect.
Exactly. And that would piss me off as a coach. It's like, dude, you sitting here on your podcast and tweeting, they go, bruh, I bet you wanted that bad. You better learn how to go from nothing to something to everything. You better stop that settling nonsense.
You wanted that bad?
You wanted that bad. It's like, okay, we'll give you that bad. And it's just like, I just can't stand these injuries. Like, what is happening with all these injuries?
Right.
And it's just irritating because it's like, we should all be fearing the Clippers. When they had all those people.
They literally have a stacked roster of superstars.
Exactly. Before they even had James Harden, when they had Pat Beverly, and then who was their sixth man? No. It was Montrezl Harrell.
Bobby Shmurda's twin?
No, Montrezl Harrell. Yeah, and him. And like, that team was more stacked.
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson and Montrezl Harrell and Lou Will. Dog, I'm crying because I gotta
do nothing.
And I gotta see both sides of that five versus the five coming off the bench. And I gotta see that all game.
And they didn't do nothing with that.
That should be 48 minutes of purgatory for any team.
Nothing with it, man.
Nothing. And I'm just like, I'd be like, look, just get in shape and run. Because look, we know what we're gonna do in the fourth quarter. We're gonna run 5 out.
Yep.
With Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Lou Will, and we're gonna put one rebounder in there. And guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when 4 minutes come down and you gotta put all your guards in that ain't the same size as Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, and they getting beat up because Kawhi Leonard dropping 10 on them in the post? Or you gotta go cover Lou Will, who's sneaking off of screens like he's Reggie Miller.
Mm-hmm.
You want to deal with that all game?
Not unless they're hurt, bro.
And then Montrezl Harrell start bullying people and get hot. Guess what?
What is Montrezl Harrell even doing now, bro?
Nah, I don't think he's ever gotten a job after that.
Yeah. Was that his peak moment?
Which was ridiculous considering
he's on the 76ers.
Is he? Okay, good.
Okay, all right. 12 points per game, 5 rebounds. He's still doing his
He's
thing.
not bad.
Yeah, he's still doing his thing.
He was never a bad, like, to get a 6-man with that team is mighty impressive.
Yeah.
I just don't understand those front off, like.
That's not a bad pickup. I'm proud of that.
I'm just saying, this isn't a controversial take, but this is just my opinion. I think GMs are the reason why NBA and NFL is so lackluster some days. They really don't know how to balance obsession of the sport or learn how to prioritize obsession of the sport to make more money.
The GMs don't know shit, dude.
They don't. They think if I make more money, then that's fine. But it's like you got to prioritize the obsession of the sport to make more money.
Like, look at that dude at the Nets. How have you fallen off that bad after trying to flip those pieces?
Terrible.
Like, that's just
or
shit.
The Angels GM. God, you see? God, it's gonna make me rage out of here.
Jerry Jones. We're missing somebody.
God.
Oh, who else? See, what else is a terrible team? What else is a terrible organization? Chicago Bears. Bears for sure, bro.
Trash.
The fact that the Lions turned it around before they did. Raiders are getting there too.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, how is it that college boosters seem to be better GMs than freaking NFL GMs, dog? We're cooking some points here, but I'm just saying.
I think because of the booster, you got more people working together, like a more collective whole.
Sure, but
different ideas where they're gonna have to come and plan together.
Sure, but if you have the GM, you got guys that do scout talent, management, like every future, like run scenario. You have you are basically the president, and you have these guys that run different scenarios for you, so you can make the best decision possible. And I get it, you got to put asses in seats, but if you don't win, it's simple. You win games, you put asses in seats, and you make money.
Yeah.
But if you're not dominating, like your problem as a GM should be the fact that you should run into what Nick Saban in Alabama ran into. We win so many games.
We don't know what to do.
We have to give away tickets or whatever because we're so dominant. But you don't see that here because it's ridiculous. Number one, one of these GMs needs to grow some balls and be like, look, we're not going to pay some guy coming out of college or whatever $50 gajillion, even though he hasn't played a down of basketball.
Right.
It's like, look how many injuries LaMelo Ball had already, and look how much they paid him. It's like, dude, you're trying to play on somebody's durability, and it hasn't even gotten past his second season. Some of these guys haven't even got through the sophomore slumps, and they acting like they know everything already in terms of what to pay these guys. And it's like, no, don't do that. You know, a lot of these, I don't even know what the NBA and NFL is truly going to look like when GMs have to battle the fact that some of these guys are already coming in off of NIL money.
Yeah, like why are they going to sit there and play hard? Oh, and Deion Sanders was saying this because they're sitting there saying he was entertained being a professional head coach. He was like, why would I want to sit here and coach these guys who are making millions of dollars and don't want to give it their all? I would have a problem with that. He's like, me, I've won Super Bowls. I did the championships. I've done all that. So a part of me, I've already achieved that greatness and I still hunger for it. And I expect that same expectation out of people. That's basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're getting paid supreme handsomely and you don't want to go out and compete? That's crazy.
It seems so backwards because if you're me, like I got everything taken care of. I can put my mom in a house, everything. Bro, all I got to do is just show up to practice and play ball.
Right.
You remember everybody was like, the biggest fear is what if you tear your ACL and your stock value goes down? I still got $5-10 million just chilling on the sideline.
Exactly.
Or if you're making $500,000, you gonna be set to like do whatever you want after your recovery and go get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Or guess what? You just go play overseas, and you're still gonna be making money. So my thing is, it's like some of these guys got to realize that if I'm a booster, if I'm paying you to play ball, that is your job, and you're an employee now of the university of whatever, right. Alabama State, whatever university,
Alabama State.
Like you are now an employee.
Yeah,
and it means you gotta do employee things. Now I think if they want to mitigate the fact that this is what I do as a coach too. Number one, you need to force these kids to invest in 401ks out the jump. Set them up with dental, vision, healthcare. Make them actually put in an HSA account. So just in case they do get injured, they can cover some of it with their insurance.
Yep.
Besides the university money. Number two, I think they should start trying to force these guys to take more financial classes. Like, I'm sorry, throw away the whole college curriculum and just make these guys take stuff and like all these people on every one of these rosters. Is like you're getting paid. The worst thing that they ever did to college and college sports is create the idea of a college or what is it? A school athlete. It's like you're an employee now if you're getting paid this money. And let's be honest, do you really want kids on scholarship that aren't really interested in there to be there in the first place?
Yeah, dude.
When you got other people sweating their ass off to get a scholarship, it's like you just opened up more scholarship money. More portals to be able to actually move more money to do that.
Meanwhile, in the NFL, we can just sag off and not give a fuck.
Whatever. And I'm just like, dude, I got to see one of these NFL contracts with the guaranteed money because there's some part of me where it's like, dude,
especially first rounders.
You're an employee, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get it. There's some big investments, but maybe you're investing too much to where, like, when you're yielding and we're looking at the profit ratios, in your portfolio performance as an organization where you're barely yielding anything,
right.
You're barely not even making 3% returns. It's like, what are we doing?
Right.
We are not making any money here. And you got to think about it. It's like there has to be something that changes.
Yeah.
And, a lot of them are trying to invest into the social media. And don't get me wrong, that's great. But nobody was like, we need more social media. We need you to win games.
Right.
I need a reason to put on this jersey every morning I wake up. Don Julio that I work with is shitting on me at work because his team's on a winning streak. Give me a reason to talk something back. This little would you rather question pop-ups. Win games. Win me some games. Give me a reason to bring that pride back.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that's going to happen with this. It's like people are going to sandbag so bad, but it's like you got to treat some of these guys like employees. Yeah, sure, you give them a little bit more guaranteed money because they are athletes. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you got to clock in and clock out like everybody else.
I think the ultimate finesser of getting the bag this year was Von Miller.
Von Miller?
Yeah, because he had 0 sacks when Buffalo signed him.
Yeah, and then
I think they paid him over like
one.
$80 million.
Oh, he did get physical with one person.
His baby mama.
Yeah.
The
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the chicken farm came out. He went after the hens. He was like,
yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy.
I was mad when I seen that. I was like, bro, you always seem like a cool guy.
Finesser of the century, bro.
But nah, it's just gonna. I think sport. I hope there's guys that still decide to stick it out. But I think the next move that may actually happen is one college school is gonna treat this like Moneyball, and actually end up winning it because they actually have the money to sign like minimums,
right,
and get everybody on a roster to actually win games. And watch them win like by a field goal or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got to watch a video when I get home. It's talking about recruits versus transfer portals to see which one's actually winning or something like that. So, but.
Shit.
Yeah.
Probably a fucking transfer portal.
Yeah. Well,
that thing is undefeated, bro.
I think, too, with the transfer portal, you don't have to have such a high amount of money.
Nope.
To actually get somebody off the block.
You already know how much somebody worth based on their performance.
Exactly. Like, you have a better idea, too. I would go to the transfer portal before I honestly go.
Why would I pay some freaking 17-year-old kid out of high school a couple $100,000 when I can pay some seasoned dude, probably third-year senior or whatever? Hey, look, I'm not judging him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get more output out of it.
It's so hard to judge talent versus productivity, especially when productivity is heavily in your favor because you have film.
Especially like against somebody's potential.
Yeah, yes. Because if I got a guy if I'm a Pac-10 team, or if I was a Pac-10 team.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Like, and I see that there's a Big 12 quarterback that's like played a whole season. I'm probably grabbing him before I grab like the next big dual threat quarterback out of high school.
Yep.
I'll pay a little bit more premium, but at least I know he got that dog in him.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this will do good because these guys will get paid what they're looking for and then move on. But I just don't know if the competitive spirit's still going to be there.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, if I'm getting paid, what's the reason for me to really go out there? And it's like, I think you see that every day in life. Once people start getting paid, they don't go as hard no more.
Yep.
Like the only person that went hard after getting paid and after winning was Michael Jordan. And you remember all the mind games he was saying he had to play to actually get himself to go out there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those boxers that get dominant, and it's like, how do you keep going out here to actually win?
Having to make shit up.
Yeah, having to make stuff up. Read something fake so you can keep going out there to win. So
ridiculous, man. That's absurd. Bullshit.
Yeah.
That's fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Today was a great day with rants. Other than that, we don't really have any main topics. These were the ones we had to get off our chest. Dude.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, these are just things that have been plaguing us. Well, not plaguing us, like being tormented. But we definitely, going forward, that was just something we wanted to talk about because we thought those were important things. And, you know, we got to start doing a better job making some transitions. We're going to start trying to meet up, make more shorts and cuts for you guys so you guys can get better, more quality stuff out. So we'll start doing more 10-minute videos, 5-minute clips, 1-minute clips. So we'll be able to dedicate more time to that to actually get more shorts out for you guys. So we'll just start booming content for you guys. So I think with that being said, I don't think I have anything else unless you have anything else.
No, man, that was pretty much it. I think we discussed everything.
Yep. So
it just sucks. Our freaking thing died the freaking first time. I mean, the space ran out.
Yeah, I mean, it came back, though. There's no biggie. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in with the Headless Horsemen Podcast. We get a little headless, a little reckless. But here we are, bringing it in at the end of the day. Thank you for joining us in the stables. I'm one of your co-hosts, Optimus Coctimus, joined today with...
I'm your dad.
I'm your dad. Give him the ear.
You know it's your boy Seymour Butts.
And
seeing all that ass.
And thank you for joining us today. Like I said, if you guys like what you hear, like what you see, make sure you like, share, subscribe on YouTube. And it's people like you that can definitely spread the word of how good our podcast is, and we can get like-minded individuals on here. Also, thank you guys for all the love and support, helping us reach our goals. Let's get ourselves to 115 by the end of March. Let's get ourselves to 10 Spotify followers. And let's definitely beat that goal of hitting 15 subscribers on YouTube. But with that being said, Headless Horseman, let's ride, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Ow!